Hi Brendan, this is Anthony here. I'm just putting together a video for you to obviously this will hopefully, I'm hoping, help you with the designing process of our pit display. It'll just make, I'm hoping, a little, or I suppose our workflow a little bit more efficient, and you can obviously refer back to the video then as you need to. Because I remember last time we had a lot of back and forth with emails, and I'm just trying to make your work life a little bit easier here, Brendan, so I hope this helps. So look, first of all, I'm in the process of sending an email here to you, and I'm going to put the video link in here. But outside of that then, this is what you had done for us previously with the Lewis guys. So you had a back wall panel here where it was split in the middle and it folded in the middle, and they were the slots. Look, you know that stuff yourself. And I think we had we updated this since this was an old one, but I just downloaded it there. And then we had a right wall panel here with the Lewis Racing logo with F1 schools, and we had like the various handles here and their logo there. And then on the inside here we had their sponsorships on the right. And then with this one it was the same thing on the opposite panel, but in here they had their team photos and a little bit of information about themselves and their roles in the team. So it's kind of following, and you had a header here with their name that obviously kind of tied it all together. So it's very similar, and the guys want the exact same thing, but obviously the information is all that's different. So what I've got here, Brendan, is the information that they want, and I've kind of put it onto a sheet for you. So I'll send you on this sheet as a PDF document. But what I've done here currently, and bear with me now, Brendan, sorry, I should have had this ready, I didn't. Just put on my camera here. Bear with me, flip the camera, hopefully you can see this. So this is kind of the colour scheme that they're going with, and I have all the colour codes and everything. I'll send everything on to you. So very similar, we kind of have drawn up roughly, you probably know the exact dimensions. So look, these dimensions here, 1900. Basically the overall length of it can be 2 meters, and the overall width of it I think is like 950. I think it's a meter out, yeah, as far as I know, so that's why we had it at 950 and so on. And overall height is 2 meters as well. So look, as long as it's somewhere within that, 2 meters long, 2 meters high and 1 meter out, I'm pretty sure that's kind of the rules behind it. I'll confirm that if anything has changed. I must actually check that, but I'm 99% certain that's fine. So they want the exact same thing. You'll see here down the side panels, like it says PSI27 racing team. It'll be the same on the opposite side. And I'm not sure, look, it doesn't really matter if it reads downwards or upwards. I think it probably makes more sense that it reads downwards. Now that I'm going back to the other one, I should just have a quick look. Yeah, like this one read upwards on this side, whereas it went downwards on this side. So maybe that actually probably makes sense, upwards and downwards. I don't think there's too much of a big deal about that. But yeah, it'll say PSI. So they kind of want the yellow panels on the outside, so it's yellow and yellow. On the inside, you'll see here that they want the light pink on the inside. So it's yellow and light, oh sorry, it's light purple, apologies. Or it might be pink. I'll confirm that for you. And then we have a purple here. So we do, I think it's yellow and pink actually. That's it. It's yellow and pink. So it's yellow and yellow on the outside, kind of the pink color on the inside, yellow outside, pink color on the inside, and then I think it's a dark purple and a dark purple. They're their main colors. Now they have kind of a color in here like black or something like that. Now I don't think the black stands out, so you probably know what's better to stand out there. I think probably something like the yellow here would stand out as the text there. You'll see it's hard to see there, but it says PSI27, and that'll stand out there. And maybe using one of the color purples then for the text here rather than black. You'll probably know best, Brendan, there what probably stands out. Now in regards to what goes on them, it's very similar. So look, I apologize now, I know today this is kind of just everything broken down for you. So like if you look at the front of it here, the header, PSI27 written in the middle, there you go. F1 schools logo, so we have a logo ready for you to go there, and it's just to be popped on there. And then their own PSI27, they have their team logo, it's going to go here. So name, logo. So that's the header. Then on the side panel here, so let's say the left panel, oh yeah, that's just talking about the text there, so we'll talk through that, that's perfect. And then, okay, so on the right side panel first, on the outsides, I'll actually talk about the outsides, okay, because the outsides are the same, sorry. So left side panel here, apologies. PSI27 logo, we would like this to be large to take up the space, so obviously, oh yeah, so the text goes there, but they have their own logo again. Once again, they want to put their logo, like you had done previously with the Lewis one. They want it to be nice and big, and they have their own logo there, something like that. Apologies there now, Brendan. Next thing then, they want like the handles, so they'll have an Instagram handle with their obviously name beside it, and I have those ready in a document. TikTok handle with the text, Gmail with the text. So now the previous guys had a website created. Apologies here, now I'm going in and out. So like you'll see Instagram logo with the handle, TikTok with the handle. Now the previous guys had a website, just that we don't have a website. It's just a Gmail, and then they'll have the F1 Schools logo here. Now they're looking, these guys are looking just for a little bit more in regards, but the same kind of things. All those, they have QR codes, which I have. So an Instagram QR code. So the idea is that you'd have them going down, and then maybe 2 QR codes underneath. So you'd have one. So you'd have one there, one there, one there with the pictures like you've seen, and then you might have a QR code and a QR code, something like that. And then down here at the very bottom you would have F1 Schools logo, and literally it's the exact same on this side, only F1 Schools has rebranded also officially to something called STEM Racing. So it's the exact same on the opposite side, and we just want one logo changed to the opposite side, still with the QR codes and all those handles, but the logo on this side we'll just put in as STEM Racing, because they're rebranding, so we thought we'd put in the 2 logos. So that's the 2 side panels on the outsides. Now the inside then, so on the left inside panel, so actually I'll start with the right inside panel first. Sorry Brendan, I'm going to zoom in here, apologies now. So sponsorship message top, you'll see here in a second, I'll refer to that, and it says here 4 images going from left to right called sponsorship 1 to 4. So I'll find those. So sponsorship message top, so I have a document done here. I'll go down to the sponsorship one. Okay, and here we go. So this wall, I just called it the wall or the panel, is called the marketing and sponsorship. So that's the text I suppose we want in there. No need for wall, that's just reference there, marketing and sponsorship. And then here we go. So if I go back out, it says here sponsorship message top. So we have it done here, marketing and sponsorship message at the top. So this is the text obviously, and we've it all typed up there. And that goes at the kind of top. And look, once again, if it's obviously pink on the inside, you'd probably know if it's pink on the inside, probably a good colour that would maybe stand out. Maybe the black works, I'm not sure. Maybe you go with the yellow. Maybe the yellow actually works. Probably goes better, maybe with the theme of it. I think it would anyway. So that's the text at the top there. And then if I go back out here, 4 images going from left to right called sponsorship 1 to 4, and I have a folder here with logos, and I'll find them here, and they will say, there we go, sponsorship 1, 2, 3 and 4. It was kind of their packages and what they have, and they're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're just listed from left to right. That's the idea. So that's kind of that idea. Then all the sponsors that they got then, kind of very similar to what you had done previously with the sponsors. I'll go out to, sorry here now Brendan, I know this is a bit of a long video, but it'll hopefully help us with the back and forth. Like, so you had kind of 2 columns here. Now we're happy to go with what you think is best. Now all these images that we've given you previously were images that were where we removed the backgrounds. Now if you think the backgrounds look better, we have images with backgrounds and we have images without backgrounds ready for you. Some of them maybe didn't go as good with the backgrounds removed and things like that, but we have them all ready for you, and if you have an issue with any image at all, let me know straight away and we'll fix it straight away. So there's kind of the idea. So obviously you can see we're changing it up a little bit. We think it just looks a little bit more professional. And so we said here, look, images from top to bottom as follows, maybe in 2 columns, or you can just do a collage. But as the sponsors go, like Human and Kind are like our main sponsor, kind of like Lister Machine Tools were the last time. Clune Tech, Graham's, Paul's Kilkenny, Pat Gannon, Kiltork and P&T Engineering, Lister Machine Tools, F1 Bearing, ANSYS and Top Spray Innovation. And if you want to put in your own logo there, absolutely fine. We'd love that there, Brendan. I'll leave that up to yourself though, okay? And then so all those logos are going to go in there, and then once again at the very bottom we have a bit of text here that says sponsorship message bottom, and once again that's the message we want at the bottom, kind of same. There's and look, blow it up so it kind of fills it up, if that makes sense, Brendan. But yeah, so there's one panel. Okay, we're getting there, apologies. And you can see here, like I've written, same as above, only opposite side with same information, changing the F1 Schools logo to STEM Racing logo, which I mentioned there. Okay, now we'll do the inside panel on the other side, which is the team panel. So it says here, so apologies, it's not fully organised, Brendan, but I'll share all this with you. So title is just called Our Team and PSI logo. So like if I go back to the previous guys again, this was their team one, okay, and we had the images with their text and all that, and then they had, I think, their logo at the bottom. Now we don't have as nice photos as these guys had done, unfortunately, but we do have team photos, but they're just in their school uniform, their jerseys haven't come yet. So individual team photos with roles and texts. So on this one here is our team and the PSI logo, that's going to go kind of at the top. So our team would be written like up there in text, and then they'll have what is this? Individual team photos with roles and text. Did we have a message? Yeah, it was our team, and I actually have this done the wrong way, Brendan. That doesn't really matter actually. So our team and PSI logo. So it'll be our team. You might even have it a little bit to the left, and then the PSI logo like there. So there'll be a logo there, and then you can have a picture with text. Look, 3 rows of 2. You kind of did 3 rows of 2 the last time, and it was absolutely perfect. Or you can do 2 rows of 3, whatever you think, with the text of each person's kind of role underneath. Now I did say down here, Brendan, we're going to put in a little table inside here. Now it's not going the whole way, but it's going to go in there like that. So there's nothing needed down here, if that makes sense. And I kind of have the dimensions there. Same applies. I think I wrote the dimensions like a standard table. I think it goes up about 800 mil from the ground. So that's kind of the space you have to play with then. So the bottom 800 mil is basically free, and everything else is above it. So you'll have our team as the thing. I have, and then the logo up here, yeah, nice and big. And then what you're going to have is like the 6 photo, something like that. And then we have a little bit of team identity text to go in there as well. And all that is here on the first pages, apologies here. So that's Susan and her job as team manager, Derval, her job, Lily, her job. There's all the text underneath them. Keola, her job, Chloe, her job, and Eva, her job. And there's the text I was saying, here it is. And it would be nice if you could maybe pop in maybe a team slogan there, every inch matters or something like that. And here actually is all the colour codes that they came up with. There's the black, there's the yellow, the pink, the purple, and the dark purple. So that's kind of what they came up with. I hope that makes sense. And then in the images, I have all the photos ready to go here. And this is where's team pics, and there's and I have them named as well. There's the girls' names and their pictures. So that's kind of the stuff that goes on that panel then, Brendan. I hope that makes sense. So that's the 2 side panels kind of taken care of there. And finally now we're onto the main panel, and we have a bit more work done here. So it's this kind of panel here, and we have a little bit more work. And in fairness, I think we did a little bit more work than that one done the last time as well. So in regards to the main panel, we're after breaking it up into 2 sections, and I've a little thing done here, and I'm going to send this. I've done as a picture. I apologise, this is only done by kind of hand, Brendan. So I'll actually look at this guy first. So it's broken into 2 sections because obviously you have a little split where it folds in the middle. So the left panel title is called, so on the left side of the split, it's called Design and Manufacturing Processes. And we have text to go in here, Engineering Design Process, Logo, and text. And then we have 3 processes that we used that were CNC milling, 3D printing, and lathe. And I have all the text. And once again, you can see that the table, if you remember, is going to be covering the left-hand side up to a height of about 800 mil. Now, there's probably, based on the split, there's probably going to be a little bit of a gap there between the split, and I have a suggestion for that, which you don't have to follow. You can kind of make your own best judgment on that. So, left-hand side panel. This is what we're thinking. So as I told you, the title will be up here, Design and Manufacturing Processes. Once again, it's obviously a kind of dark purple background, so maybe like the yellow would work well there. I have an image to go in here called the Engineering Process image, and we have text to go with that in kind of like that. Now, you can probably come up with something better. And then, as I said here, this is the empty space. Imagine there's a table there. Step 1 is CNC milling. We have text to go with that, with an image of a CNC milling. 3D printing is the next text. Now, it mightn't go in there, then there was another stage after that, so it's obviously just a case of cropping it and filling it in. Now, with the little space that's left to the right, the 2 engineering companies that have helped us here really at this stage was P&T Engineering, so maybe if you want to fill that space, you could put in the P&T logo, and then you've got Lister Machine Tools as well, and that logo could maybe go in there. So that's the left hand side. Then on the right side panel, this is called the CAD process, and we have a SolidWorks logo to go here, and we have a CAD description text to go there. Okay, so I'll actually go in and find those now. So you'll see here, main wall left side, engineering design process text. So here's the text that goes with that, and we have an image to go with that as well. Okay, and the images are all titled as well, same thing. Excuse me. Then here's the manufacturing processes, and here's the CNC milling process, 3D printing process, and you can obviously put the headings maybe with them, and CNC lathe process. And we have an image of all those to go with those. So that's the main wall left side, and here's the main wall right side. So here's the CAD description text. Well, obviously this is the text here, that much. And then what we have here then is, and I'll actually make this bigger. My God, it's so small. Sorry. We've called car development stages text to be included with images. CAD 1 text, and here's the text that you would take. It would be from here to here. CAD 2 text would be from here to here, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and I have all the images there ready to go. And I have images where they're, once again, look here, there's CAD 1, there's the CAD 2 image, CAD 3, CAD 4, CAD 5, CAD 6, and we have, I'll explain about the exploded view in a second, but that's kind of the idea. So all those text goes with those images, and I have those images with the backgrounds removed as well, if you think that looks better. Now because these it's kind of purple, I'd say it probably won't look better. So it may end up being that those ones would be the ones without the background, if that makes sense, removed. So that's the text that goes in there, and kind of how we envisage it is this. So SolidWorks logo here, the CAD description text there, and what we wanted to do is kind of flow like a wheel. If you do step 1 to step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, there's step 6 as well. But inside here, we're thinking of putting in, we were thinking originally we'd put in a rendered image. But what we're actually thinking we'll put in here now is what's going to be the exploded view, which is kind of the car, if it was all kind of like this one. We have an exploded view where it was all not joined together, or like Lego, and it wasn't fully assembled, if that makes sense. So that's that idea. Then down here we have images that are called left side, front, rear, right side, bottom, under, top, or it might be called under, I'm not sure, is it bottom or under, top. So it's just different views of the car with all their kind of logos and stuff on it. And we're thinking then we've got a couple of photorealistic images there, and you'd probably put a collage of images down there, and then another little bit, maybe you could put a slogan down there like every inch matters. Now I apologize, Brendan, that's a really long video, but it's probably the easiest way I can do it, explaining to you, and hopefully all that makes sense. So look, Brendan, I hope you find that video helpful there, and I'm going to send you on all that stuff, and I apologize for the length of it. Okay, thanks.